Hi, it's David here with Future Trading. I'd like to welcome you to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I want to give you guys some information about your daily. All right, so that's for my public as well as my private audience. I want to tell you what to look for, what to definitely look for moving forward. I am going to still take my break, but I definitely want to share this with you guys. Hopefully, it would help. Now, in this video here, you can see in this thumbnail here, there's a red zone in that. There's a red zone. We're going to take a look at that as well. And again, that was a few days ago. I got a lot of videos here, so if you're new, definitely take a look around here. This is the universal threshold. All right, this is how far the live candle will pull back before resuming. All right, and then the universal price action trend. You just need to be able to count to 10, and then that universal price action method. I used the majority principle, and there's three different ways that it'll show up on the chart, and it says that the minority is compelled to follow. And then, of course, that universal chart scale, I'll teach you how to read your bezel. So you don't have to look left. You can read that hard right edge. If you're in the market for additional information, I do provide that. I trade it live in all of these videos here. There's tons more, though. All right. So there's a lot of other information I provided. For those who may not have gotten your invite or have it in your spam, I want to help you find this information. I definitely made this video here. So if you're having trouble with overlap or reversals, I went into great detail here about how to deal with overlap and how to stay in your trade while doing so. It's really simple and it's not hard. All right, I want to make sure I share that with you guys. Now, the daily, this is the daily. I want to share this with the public as well as my private community. Again, that's that thumbnail. If you see that red zone there, that's that thumbnail. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. But they are having just a little bit of trouble. I do believe that they can pull it off, but they're having a little bit of trouble. I know they took this dive. They did, and we'll take a look at that. But if they're not going to close, let's say under this 685, 685.50, they'll move up higher. They'll move up higher. All right. I told you guys they're going somewhere. All right. I told you that a few videos ago, but definitely they're going somewhere. It's this price here, that text there, and I did this indicator. Actually sent it out to a few of you guys, just a few of you. I want you to test it out and see what you think. But this indicator here, it's important. It's important, and again, we want to see if they can close under that price. I know they went behind the bar. That's fine. But we want to see if they'll close under this price if they're serious about going down. All right. So keep your eye out on that 21,685.50 moving forward. Just keep your eye out for that if they're not going to go up. Only if they're not going to go up. If not, don't worry about it. They should just continue on. And for those, again, that I sent it to, there's a video that explains a lot more about this signal. All right. Just want to tell you that. All right. So that's important there. That's important. All right. So now let's take a look at what we got here. All right, now here's our chart scale for those that are new. We use the chart. That's all. We use the chart and we look at the bezel. From top to bottom, the market will turn in front of you. So you don't have to wonder where it's going. It's going to go somewhere and you're going to see where it's going. We divide the chart in half, and I'll do this on the other chart as well when I read price. We divide it in half. Here's the midpoint of the chart. And then from the midpoint down, we divide it again, and that's the lower half of the chart. And then from the midpoint upward, we divide that again as well, and that is the upper part of your chart. So they're coming back above the center of the chart. They didn't get below the lower half of the chart. All right, now in the overnight, this is what they were dealing with as far as that gap up that they did. Okay, so they kind of just, took off, just took right off to the upside. Well, they had leaned into the zone prior to that. All right, so they leaned. This is our, I'm not going to say the name in total, but it's our block and it's a part of your map. So if you got the new indicator suite update, use that indicator. Use that indicator. It'll be fun. I threw a couple of additional ones up here to kind of read the in betweens, if you will. And so we got the 1, 2, 3, 4 climax. All right, the push pro, and then the volume shift pro. All right, so you can kind of just throw those three on the chart, if you will. And yeah, it'll try to spell it out to you even more. You can see them really coming in really aggressive on the bottoms here. And of course, they kind of stalled their way through this. They did. You had some, of course, some blocks up here, and they kind of stalled their way. And then, of course, they lean down and they lean down. And again, it's a block here. They just couldn't get all the way back here. But yeah, they leaned down, of course, in that pivot there. And then the block came in here. Okay, and then of course they begin to grind their way to the upside. Now it came in on the high. Now this is the problem. This is from the other video that I did. Again, I want to make sure that you guys are seeing this. This is from that other video. Let me take you back to it. All right, so that was over here. All right, so that was over here. And again, these blocks are formed in one bar. It's in one bar. I put that zone up there, and the video had ended here, and they've managed to stay below it. Okay, they've managed to stay below it just yet. All right, now I suppose I know they're kind of on their way back up right now. I suppose that they may want to stay up. They may. I don't think they'll want to stay down. At least we hope that that's not the case. But you can kind of see on the way down. And again, use these indicators. You can use these. They were firing off the whole drop. Just again letting you kind of walk. And then they trapped. And that's the thing you really want. You want them to come in. Okay, you want them to come in and then blow past them. All right, just blow past them. That's what you want. Blow past these guys. And they did it here. Now they're coming in on this bottom, coming in on the next leg, and so now they're trying to push up. All right, so try to use these indicators for those that have the indicator suite. And if you are in need of additional tools, I do have well over 300 indicators for you for 100 bucks. You don't need them. I'm going to teach you how to read the price activity right now, so you do not have to purchase the indicator suite. But if you would like to have it, it works on the free version of NinjaTrader, so you can place trades on the platform of your choice, chart my tools on a different platform for 100 bucks. All right, so you're getting over 300 indicators. Clearly that's like less than a quarter for each one of them. I'm sorry, less than a dollar for each one of them. Clearly you're getting a lot of indicators. All right, so you can have them if you want them. You don't need them. I want to say that to you. You don't need them. They're there if you would like to have them. I just added some arrows here. These are the aggression arrows. I don't have the 1 second and the 2 tick and the 1 second in frame. I just got the arrows here. The aggression arrows, I don't have the text up here because it's four of them. I didn't want to have it all across the chart here, but it's like the price line and the thing that's in the middle, the pressure that's in the middle that'll fire off. That's what these aggression arrows are. They're just of different time frames. So you got them for 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, and a 4 minute there. And then, of course, your volume text, you can use that. Now, I did add this additional bar outline. Now, this is the increase, which is the IN. Okay, it's the IN. Looking for the wicks, the larger wick, smaller wick, and the smaller body, larger body here. And we want this body to fit in there twice. I have the outline looking for aggression. That's all. I have it looking for aggression. They tried to get aggressive on that buy. They blew past them guys, and then it came in on this side of the market. Well, here it came in on this side, came in on this side. They tried to get it back up again, and boom, they blew right past them. And then, of course, it came in here on this bottom. They pulled up to it. I believe they kissed it. Let's see, high at 43. Let's see what this high is. High 40. Oh, they went outside of it by 1 tick, dropped down, and of course now they're above it, and they're trying to move themselves up. They're pulling into this one currently. So what is the high here? 925. What do we have? Let's see what this high is. 22. So they're pulling into that one there. Let's just see what happens. We have a trend. That's the trend. So they're beneath the lower half of the chart, though. Well, the mid of the chart. They're beneath the mid of the chart. And this information, again, is all in front of the candles. All right. So you can know where the market can turn at without having to look left. That's really important. And I'm going to show you how to do just that on the way up. All right. So let's look at the aggression on the way up. All right. Let's just take a look at that as they form this bottom here. They formed this bottom down in here. They was coming down and they formed this bottom. You can see those blue outline bars in there. And then, of course, they ended up holding this one clearly. And then they took off to the upside. They tried to come in here. They blew right past them guys, came in with the blue outline here. And then, of course, they ended up to the upside there. All right. So you'll want to try to go with that. You had one closer to you, the blue outline bar here. You had one closer to you with that 930. They kind of pushed down. And that's when they began to change what they're doing. All right. So you can use this for the update, for those that have the update, the increase aggression bar outline. So that deals with the IN as well as this information here. And it's looking for an additional component. That's all. It's something else that I'm telling it to find. And so you can use that as well. You are welcome to the suite if you would like to have it, but you don't need it. I want to say that to you. So I'm gonna teach you how to read price really quickly here. I won't be before you long. So let's go one, two, three, four, five, six, and that's seven. All right. So we got 7 bars closing higher. All right. They must close higher or lower if you're going down. You would measure the distance from high to low because the market is just like you and I. Whenever you have a thought, you have the end in mind. You know exactly what you will want to do, and the market does the same. And that's why you do not need any additional indicators. You don't need any kind of additional tools at all. You can just wait for the market to show you, just show you where it intends to go, and then go with them. Now, in the private playlist there with the lessons, I teach you why it is that I choose seven. It's important, very important. Very important why that number is selected. All right, it's very important. Let's see here. All right, so let's lock that. And that's saying that's how far they're going to go. They're almost there. That's not bad. That's not bad, but it's saying that it will get to the mid of the chart. All right, and then of course here's the center of your trend, which is the cost of the thought. We have primary and secondary values. We tend to go for the very first thing that's on our mind. All right, now we'll settle for something different, but we will tend to go for the very first thing on our mind. All right, so that's the up. Now, can we get there? Now, let's do this. Let's read the bars. Let's read the bars here. Let's do that. We're looking for bigger wick or larger wick, smaller body, larger body. This body needs to be able to fit in here twice. We got to get the mid to exceed the high or the low. And should that come on, this is reading something else. That's reading the aggression in the bar. Should it come on, well, should it happen, the pressure would come on. All right, so the pressure will come on, and again, that's the no touch, no close pressure. All right, no touch, no close pressure. So you don't want them closing back below this bar here. All right, so it's coming on for the downside. All right, it's coming on for the downside, and that's fine. That's fine. Now, if that's going to happen, let's do this. This threshold of this bar is important because it's going to turn red if they can finish this. We really don't want them way back up here. If they can get this done, it looks like it's going to be everything included here. So we're going to kind of get an all together combination of that information. Let's go and see, can we find the all together combination of that information on this side of the market here. Let's do this. We want to see if they can stay up. Let's see if we can do that. All of it is there. We had the wicks. Okay, we had the larger wick, smaller wick. We had the smaller body fitting into the bigger body twice. And then, of course, we had the mid above the high. Now, of course, with what they just did, we have the mid beneath the low. All right. But let's see, can we just stay up? So let's go with this one. Let's see if we can just get them to maybe come in here and then turn back around and go back up and maybe hit that distance. Now, if they're going to fall, this is how far it's suggesting that it will go, which will be past that setup. It'll be right past it. We don't want that clearly if it's going to turn back around, but that's how far it's saying that it will go, which will be right past that setup there. And so I'm trying to see if we have another all-in-one scenario in this move up here, kind of all together. We want to see if we can get it all together. That just makes it a lot easier to get it to go. Now, can it work with the other information? Yeah, you can get 2 out of the 3. That'll just be fine. But I actually like them all. Kind of down here on this bottom. Okay. Well, no, the wicks. That's splitting hairs. That's splitting hairs. But that's splitting hairs. I can't do that. I thought that was all of it. It's 2 out of 3. That's not bad. That's not bad. It's almost here. Again, I'm not going to hold you long. Definitely not going to do that. But I definitely wanted to tell you about that daily because they're headed somewhere. They're headed somewhere. And so we've been getting a lot of broad movement. Okay. We got a lot of, big moves to the upside, big moves to the downside. They're trying to get rid of people. Right. That's all. They're trying to get rid of people right now. And I want to ensure that you can objectively just look at it. Just look at it and take your time. Don't make it complicated. It's not. Okay. I want to tell you that it's not. They have every intention on going somewhere. All right. So this is the threshold. They just pulled into it. Let's see if it's going to continue down. Let's see if it's going to continue. Let me open up the candles just a hair here so you can really see. All right. So now with me opening up the chart, it's saying that it's above the chart. That's fine too. Either which way, that's fine. So if they're gonna come up, if they're gonna come up, they'll bounce here. If not, they're gonna go through our pattern, which is here. All right, which is here. Either which way, follow the price. All right, follow the price, but use your chart scale. Use your chart scale. Okay, so they made it. It looked like they're giving us another one. All right, so they're giving us another one here. So let's just follow where it's going. We're gonna count our bars in just a moment. All right, so let's do this. And again, I'm taking my break, but I wanna make sure I may have shortchanged us here. Hold on. I will be taking my break, but I wanted to share this information with you guys about that daily because I know it's a good chance that them guys may trap somebody, get somebody on the wrong side. Now, am I going to tell you which way it's going to go? No, I'm not going to tell you that. I'll let you try to figure that out. I want you to figure that out. Will the market continue up or will it continue down? That's going to be. I actually like it on the red bars, but they shouldn't. I don't think they should get back there that far. So they got past us here. All right. So that's suggesting that they're coming below this pivot as well. Okay. So let's see if that's going to happen or will they stop shy, honor the center of the chart, and then turn back around and come back up. Let's see if that's going to happen. All right. You have everything kind of firing off here. Well, you got the aggression firing off. You got the aggression arrow here. And again, I paid over 200 bucks for the functionality of this arrow that floats with price, over 200 bucks for this. So I'm gonna give away that indicator and tons more, $400. I've seen people sell one indicator for $300, and I want to help you. I want to help you not waste your money. And so I want to give you over 300 indicators for 100 bucks. It's simple math if you want it. When it comes to the risk, let's talk about that because I talked about it in the last video. Let's talk about that. Your risk will be according to your personal preference. All right, so you will skip certain trades that does not fit your criteria. All right, so I'm not responsible for your finances, as I stated before. When you file your taxes, you don't invite your friends. And so when it comes to trading, your finances are personal and private to you. And so I can't cover that aspect of it, but I do want to give you the fundamental basis of how to look at a chart, how to make it really simple. You select which trades are reasonable when it comes to risk for your personal account, right? So I'm not someone that needs to tell you that. And so professionals, they don't do that anyway. Their finances are personal and private, and I want you to respectfully keep it that way. People do stuff like that on YouTube. That's totally them. Again, I'm not against any of that. I just want to make sure that you understand that your account is your account. You filled out all the forms. You have to file your taxes for yourself. All right. So I just want to say that to you. So find the patterns that's suitable for your risk. That's all. Find the patterns. I'm showing you where the stop need to be. I'm showing you how far it needs to go. And so you have to work out the in between as to whether or not it'll work or may not work. You work that out. If it makes sense to you, then take it. Now, I will say this, and I want you to hear me. I want you to really hear me. Pause whatever else you got going on in the house. If it's music playing, whatever, stop it. I want you to hear me when I say this. I want you to hear me. If you're using too much risk, when it comes to risk, I just want to say this. So if you're using a lot of contracts or you're trying to counter the market, those two things by themselves, if you have no understanding on how to trade or your account size isn't large, you will absolutely blow your account several times over. And I want to make sure that you get that. All right. So if you cannot utilize the appropriate risk according to your account, or if you're trying to counter the market, you want to go against what it's doing, you put both of those two things together, and I absolutely can guarantee you that you will not have your account long. And you can do it as many times as you attempt, but the market absolutely will keep proving to you that you will not last in this business. All right, so try to go with them. Try to go with them. And again, you had an uptrend here, but now they're making a downtrend. You can still go with them. Just try not to be a top tick and a bottom tick trader. You'll lose your account. All right, just want to say that to you. Try not to do that. It's okay to let them turn the market and then you participate. It's okay. high 22, high here 21. So yes, so let's count this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's 7. Those who are skilled to counter the market should do that. If you're not skilled enough to do that, and skill is this, and I want to say this is how you know you're skilled to do it. First off, you're going to make sure that you have what it is that you need to keep doing this the next day. That's having skill. All right. So you're not gonna compromise that you need to be able to do this for a living. So if it's going to impede you being able to do it for a living, you're not going to do that. The next thing I want you to kind of factor in order to do the countering, stepping in front of the market. Here's the next thing I want you to do. You need to have a realistic idea as to how far it's going to go before you pull the trigger. All right. So if you can't outright target and know how far the market is going to go, don't don't take that trade. Skip that one. Say, nope, I can't say how far it's actually going to go, so there's no need for me to get involved. Remember, it's like you. So if you have a thought, you have the end in mind. So you will want to ensure that you know if you step in front of it, how far it intends to go. All right. Otherwise, it can go against you. So you have to kind of remove the thing that can cause you to lose your account. You're more than welcome to counter the market all you would like. I'm trying to teach you how to trade with the trend. I am highlighting how to look at the market even when it's turning. That's what we just did. Okay, so there wasn't any downtrend in this, right? At that moment, it wasn't. And I'm showing you how to look at it when it's turning. When it's turning, that's all. So I just want to make sure that I say that to you, and I hope that that information is useful and it will help you in your endeavors of trying to do this for a living. All right, so we're getting it to trying to fire off again, but let's see what this becomes because now they're just coming under this just a bit. They made that distance. Now, whether or not they'll come all the way here, I don't know. I don't know. But they do have a downtrend here, and that's saying that they can get here. Now, did they turn it out? Increase aggression bar. Let's see if they turn from there. Let's see. High 95. Let's get the high here. 22. Let's get the high here. 25, I'm sorry, 925, 922. So again, you can use this bar outline here if you have the indicator suite. And for those who did not get the update, it's a requirement there if you wasn't provided the link for it. This is just a requirement, and all you have to do is contact me and I'll tell you what that is. It's really simple, it's nothing complicated, but it's just a small requirement there. All right, just want to make sure that I say that to you. All right, so really simple stuff. It's not complicated. All right. So let's see if they'll lift up here. I don't want to hold the video much longer. Let's see if they'll lift up. Now let's track our threshold. They're attempting to turn. Let's see if they'll come out of this threshold and see how useful that'll be. Or will they fall through it and continue down? Let's see. It looks as if they may try to fall through it. I know they hit this one on the bottom. All right. So they hit this one on the bottom. We kind of got a situation on our hands here. They hit this one here. Let's see what they'll do with it. Let's see. Let's see. We're kind of stuck right now. They're trying to make up their mind on which way they're going to take this. All right, they're trying to. Yeah, well, it looks like we may be headed for this. Maybe. Okay, well they closed outside of it, so let's see if they'll just continue on down. So clearly this threshold here is causing a problem. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. If they're going to come back and just run right through this, let's see. And if that be the case, if that be the case, let's see if they're planning to go through this. Let's see. I'm gonna put this here. I'll put this here. I don't like what they're doing, but I'll put it here. Let's see if they can get through it. Let's see if they can get through it. Got a couple more seconds here. I'm gonna drop it when they close the bar. I'll put it in. Let's see if they can get through that threshold there. I actually prefer the threshold on the colored bars. I prefer it on the colored bars, but it works on any bar. You had it here, they pulled into it and they dropped down. You had it on this bar, they pulled into it, they dropped down. You have it here, they're not closing above it as of yet. Not as of yet. I think they may want to get through this. They closed outside of the threshold. I think they want to get through it. Yeah, I kind of thought that that might be the case. Let's see if they're trying to get down here. Let's just see. Let's see. Well, maybe they're going to utilize this threshold. All right, let's see what they plan to do. Let's see what they plan to do. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Okay. They may want to reach above here. I don't suspect they would want to get up here, but let's just kind of push this forward. I don't think that they would want to do that. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that that's it, but maybe. Let's just see. I'll just push that forward, and we'll see what that becomes. They're at the center of the chart, so you're getting a little rotation here. Let's see how they plan to play that. Let's see. Let's see if they'll push in here and then push up higher. That's all we can do is just that. Try to keep track of what they're doing. See if they'll push in here. You just don't want them to close beneath it. I mean, they did it here. Yeah, that's what kind of made me think that they'll want to go through this. I know they're having problems with this one. Clearly, that's what they've been doing. They've been having a problem with this one. Did they close through the back of it? No, they haven't done that yet. So they're having a problem with that one. Okay, so they're having just a little bit of an issue here. I can see they've reached into this several times here. Let's see if this time they'll get through it. Let's just see. Okay, so they reached down through the threshold, so maybe this time they'll go in and push up. They're pretty much sitting in the same place. I'm not going to draw another one. They're pretty much sitting in the same place here. All right, so there's the push up. I thought that just maybe they would want to do that, but they decided against it. Can this be an all-in-one? Let's see. Let's see. Try to get an idea of whether or not that'll be there. We need the mid. We need the mid to exceed this high. And should it happen, the pressure will come on. It's not happening yet. If we get a 2-in-1, let's look at it from the 2-in-1. Let's do that. That's okay. Now it's happening. That's saying that they're going to get above that threshold. Let's see, can they finish the bar? If they can, this will turn green. No, hold on. We got to keep that body size in there too, because we need to be able to ensure that that body fits in there twice. All right. No, it didn't make it. It didn't turn green, but we'll still project it. Take a little bit off because they didn't finish it all the way. We'll just go with this. Let's see. We got the increase, so we'll go with it. We'll go with it. All right. So let's go with that. All right, so they closed above this threshold. That's fine. They closed above that threshold. Let's see if they plan on using this one to go up higher and hitting that target distance. Let's see. And again, it's a trend down. It is a trend down. I'm just showing you how to look at it while it's turning. Try to reference the information that's available. So if they're telling you that they plan to do this, just see if that's possible. This is a downtrend. I don't like what happened here. I don't. So let's see if they'll turn back around. Let's see. And of course here, then they've reached in this threshold as well. But let's try to see what. Yeah, they took that out. So let's see. Maybe they're not going to make this. They come back below here. That's definitely going to be a problem. They're trying to utilize that same threshold. It's pretty much one and the same. Let's just stretch this across. That red bar and the green bar is kind of one and the same. Let's just put it there and see what they plan to do. I think they're going to reach into this one. Let's see and move it back down. Now I do provide information on what to do with this. It's not hard. Trust me. It's very simple. It's very simple. But I just don't cover that on the channel for free. I don't cover it for free. How to navigate when this happens. But it's available for my private community. You guys, please go and watch that video. We've talked about it. We've talked about it, but I've given you some additional information. And trust me, you'll want to use it. You would absolutely want to use it. because I'm not only talking about the overlapping bars in that video. I'm talking about how to know when they're changing, you know, when they're changing direction, and how to gauge when there's going to be bigger swings overlapping. So before the market gives you the big swings, you'll know what to look for. That's going to indicate, yes, we're potentially going to start doing that now. All right. So there's some additional information in that video that you'll definitely want to go take a look at. Definitely going to want to take a look at. Simple stuff, not complicated. It'll tell you that there's going to be broader swings. All right. The market tells you that they're going to be doing that. You know, it'll tell you that the pullbacks are not going to be small. It's not going to be, business as usual. It's not going to do that. We're going to start doing this. All right. And I want to make sure that my private community knows what that is. All right. I want to make sure you guys get that information. Learning how to read just the movement of price, what is actually indicating to you as to what they plan to do. All right. So once they make this target, I'm going to go. All right. Because I don't want to be up here long. All right. So if they can make this, all right, majority coming back in it. Let's see if they can end this with a green bar. They haven't done it yet. And I told you guys in the video, because I had to pull a video that talked about some of the overlap. I pulled the video, but I did tell you what you will want to see, just giving you a tip because I had to pull that video. I told you you will want to see them step in kind of fast. See how they stepped in kind of fast up here with these red bars? That's not happening here. Okay, it's not to say it won't go back up. Oh, it absolutely can, but the sooner the better is all it is. Sooner the better. You just want to see them show up fast. That's all. They're almost there. Let's see if they can reach into this threshold and then hit that targeted distance there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5. They haven't made a trend yet. So can they turn back around and fall? They could if they wanted to. If they wanted to, they could. But once they hit here, I must go. All right, I must go. And the center of the trend up here would be roughly our upper part of the chart, but I'll throw this here. The center of that trend will be this. All right, just make it simple. Please remember the things that I've shared. I am going to be taking a break. Please remember the things that I've shared here with you guys. If you're trading a smaller account, I want to definitely make sure you understand this. Do not mess with the leveraging. Don't leave that alone. You'll lose your account before you even have a chance to actually make any money. Leave that alone. Save it for a later date. You will absolutely get what you want out of the market when it's time. All right. When it's time for you to have it, you'll have it. Try not to rush the process. Okay. Utilize the free information that's on the channel. It's very simple, it's robust, it'll get you there. It'll get you what you would want out of the market at a reasonable rate. So you don't want to try to get there too fast, because if you get there too fast, you may not have sustainability, because if you don't have enough money to deal with the ebbs and flows of the market, they're going to get you. Absolutely going to get you, and you'll regret. You'll look back at your day and say, hey, why did I do that? Why did I take that counter trade? Why did I put that many contracts into it when I could have just waited? They were going to go that way anyway. I could have just waited until after they turn and then begin to interact with it. And I want to see you do it the right way. That's all. I want to see you do it the right way. Don't try to make it more than what it is. Trading is simple. It's not complicated. So they made this target here. Okay, they made that. That was for this pattern here. Okay, they made that. This pattern here. Okay, well, they just made that. Now we're trying to see if they'll make this. I cannot stick around for that, people. Again, I hope that you have enjoyed the information. I think they'll lean back here. I don't think they're going to stop at this one. I don't. I think they'll lean back in here and then possibly go up to that one. All right, so that's my time with you. Please remember that price on the daily, and I wish you all the best with your trading. Take care.